Crime is spiking in major cities across the United States, but protesters calling for defunding the police are telling President-elect Joe Biden they're not backing down. One supporter told Mother Jones magazine she knows where the Democratic Party stands on the issue, saying, quote, "I don't expect they will be supportive of the main demand from the streets. It's going to be a fight. We're not going away." So let's bring in Lawrence Jones, Fox News political analyst and host of One Nation on Fox Nation. Hi, Lawrence. Thanks so much for being here today. My first question is, not going away, what sort of impact could that have on the president-elect as he's trying to get his agenda going in January?
Well, I think what you're going to see is the Progressive Caucus, which really has the energy of the Democratic Party throw a fit. It's not going to be many senators going to have such influence, but when you talk about the House and the influence that they have, they're going to make it very difficult for Joe Biden. And also, remember, there's going to be another election in 2 years. Expect a lot of those moderate Democrats to be challenged. When I think about these new freshman congressmen that are coming in, you got Cori Bush that's coming from Missouri that unseated Lacey Clay. She's going to, and Bowman now going to represent New York, who unseated Engel. They're going to make it hard, and they're going to be joining that squad.
This just really, it seems like a gift for those running in 2 years for the GOP, for sure. But I'm curious about these defund the police folks. They hate the president. They don't like what the president-elect is going to do. What do they want, and who do they think can deliver what they want?
Right, they want transformation. You're talking to a group of people that aren't partisan, they're progressives. That means they don't care if you have an R and D in front of your name. They want what they want. And if that means that they have to sink the ship to eventually get what they want, they're going to do it. They're not so much concerned of having a Democrat that's in office. You've already seen some friction with Joe Biden to begin with not only with the defunding the police movement, but choosing people that are progressive in his cabinet. They're not really comfortable in the direction that they're going. And so, again, they're willing to sink the ship if they don't get those policy changes. Look, he's in a no-win situation anyway, because most of the policy that would transform policing has to happen on the local level. You can't pass sweeping federal legislation to affect these local municipalities.
And I'd like you to just take a listen to what the president-elect said back in October. Take a listen.
We shouldn't be defunding cops. We should be mandating the things that we should be doing within police departments and make sure there's total transparency.
And Lawrence, as he's talking about some reform and actually funding the police departments, let's take a look at some stats from big cities. They are sobering when it comes to shooting incidents in major cities. You can see New York City just this year up 95%, Portland 88%, Philadelphia 62%, Chicago 53%, Los Angeles coming in on the low end at 30%, but 30% is quite a bit. These folks who want to defund the police, I mean, what are they saying? What are their thoughts on violence out there?
Well, they don't think they feel like that the police are stepping back, which is it's partially true. The police are stepping back because they can't do their jobs effectively. Now, there's people like me that want transparency in law enforcement and believe when the state abuses its power that we should step in. But the notion that we should take money from the police departments when crime is surging, when there's not only when it comes to the crime, it's violent crime, murders, when it comes to robberies taking place in these cities. And as you know, I've done a lot of reporting in all of those cities that you just listed, and they're begging for help. And the fact that even though the crime is skyrocketing, that these people are still saying, still take more money away, I think that's problematic. But I will note in Minnesota, where this all started after the tragic murder of George Floyd, they're starting to rethink their position after defunding the police and seeing such skyrocketing crime.
Lawrence Jones, you're a busy guy today. You'll be on the 5 later. I encourage folks to tune in and watch you there. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, my friend.